لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Dear respected viewers, we are back again with the program Misconceptions Removed with another episode about Salah. As I always tell you, that Salah has a lot of things that need to rectify and have a clear understanding of them. I have Sheikh Ramadan Kabagame Sahib is here with me in the studio. And then I also have Sheikh Nuruddin Sabah Sahib. He will also be joining us, not physically here, but he's also going to take part in today's program. Sheikh Sahib, you're most welcome to this program.
Thank you.
Can you also say salam? Greet our
Well,
viewers.
beloved viewers, our dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're most welcome once again.
Thank you.
Let us discuss about Salah. And this time around, specifically wudu. Wudu has also a lot of things that people do not understand. About wudu, there is a teaching from our brothers, Sunni brothers, who said that when you get ablution and you touch your private parts, your ablution becomes null and void. There's also another scenario. Do I have wudu when I doubt whether I have wudu or I do not have wudu? You see, those things, they are kind of important for us to understand. I think you grasped the first question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we shall take them one by one.
Let us first talk about
Yeah.
if I get wudu and then I touch my private parts.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى عبده المسيح عليه الصلاة والسلام. When you touch wudu, I mean when you perform wudu, when you perform ablution, and you touch your private parts, is your ablution still valid? Is it not your question?
That's the question.
Yeah. It should be clear that your private parts are your part. This is another part of your body, like your nose, your hand, your head, and the other parts.
Okay.
So there is no harm in touching any of your parts.
Okay.
Okay. There is no harm in any way because it has not proven in any verse of the Quran. It is not yet proven. It is not even in Hadith that when you touch your private parts, your ablution is null and void. I don't think you can never find any hadith of that sort. Okay.
And then another concern was about the clothes which I'm putting on. There's a scenario whereby I may have doubt. I don't know whether this clothes has wudu.
Yes. Normally, nobody wants to perform salah, to perform prayer, in a kind of condition that he's not or she's not clean. Okay? And because if you perform salah with your unclean body or your unclean clothes, that means your salah is not valid. So it is advisable that when you doubt your cleanliness, because it is possible that you may doubt whether you have ablution or not.
Yes.
The moment you doubt, it is advisable to go and perform wudu, to go and perform ablution. Because if you doubt, there is a point, there is a way you can go and perform prayer without ablution.
Sure.
That prayer is not allowed, it's not
if
correct.
If you doubt, it's better you go.
When you doubt, it's better you go and clean yourself. Because we don't want to be in a scenario of you losing. You losing the benefits that you should have reaped in salah.
There is also another kind of confusion whereby I get ablution or sometimes I just take bath. Yeah? Should I, even when I have taken bath, should I go on getting ablution, putting water in mouth and putting out, then such actions of ablution? Because this, the purpose of getting ablution is to purify.
Yeah.
All this is for purification.
Yeah.
Bathing the whole body is for purification and getting ablution. So what can I do?
In that scenario, the fourth Khalifa answered this question very clearly, and he said that when you are taking bath, when you are showering, the water that you use to bathe, that should suffice for your ablution.
Okay.
But there are some people who have made it their routine, their practice, that when they take bath, they perform ablution. And because when it comes to the janaba, that is clear for each and everybody that you must take bath before, you must, take ablution, then do what? Do the body wash. You take bath, the whole body. So in the same way, it has become normal to them that whenever they bath, they do what? Bathing is not enough for them. They first take ablution, then bath. That one is okay. But if you don't want to take that option, the fourth Khalifa said that it is enough, your ablution, the other water you take,
bath,
the ghusl that you take, when you are taking bath, the entire body, or when you are taking bath with the entire body, that bath is still valid and enough without even taking ablution. That is for a normal bath, that you've been moving around and you have sweated, you feel like you should go and take bath. So that normal bath is okay. It's enough. You may not need to perform ablution. But when it comes to the janaba, please, you must take ablution, then bathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakumullah sanjaz. Sheikh Nuruddin Sabasabi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There is also a scenario here whereby you break your ablution during namaz, during prayer. You have been praying, but then all of a sudden your ablution gets off. So what can I do in that situation? Sheikh Nuruddin Sabah, help us here.
Concerning this question, we should understand that wudu is very important when it comes to salat, because without purification you cannot pray. Now the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, "Miftahul jannati as-salatu wa miftahul salatu al-wudu," meaning that if you want to enter paradise, you want to enter Jannah, then you should make sure that you had your prayers regularly. And also, at another hadith, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that the first thing that Allah will ask first, it will be salah. So meaning it is the key to enter paradise. But then this key to enter paradise, it also has the key for it to stand valid. And that key is wudu. What is wudu? Simply ablution, which means to purify yourself before entering or before performing your prayer. So you should purify yourself before you go for your prayer. Once you perform the wudu, then it will be something that Allah will consider you, maybe, to see that your prayer is accepted. Now coming back to our question, if you break your wudu during namaz, what will you do? Simple answer is that you come out from the salat, go and perform ablution, then you come back and continue with your prayer. You of course start afresh. Now there is also a saying that when you break, let's say you break your wudu and you go and perform your wudu without talking to someone, without conversation, when you come back, you just continue from where you left. Let's say you were on the second rakat. Now, when you break your wudu, you go perform ablution silently. When you come back, you just start from wherever you left. You should not perform the salah from the very start Okay, so that is also a saying in there. Now, in case you are in a congregation and you are imam, let's say you are the imam, and you lose your wudu, you just have to draw back. Someone will take over the imamship, you go and perform ablution, and you come and join the congregation so that you can pray. This is how I can answer this question. So the thing is that when you lose your wudu during prayer, go back, perform ablution, come and join the prayer in case you were having the congregation. If you had it alone, as you are praying alone, you just go perform ablution, come back and start performing your prayer afresh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakumullah asana jaza Sheikh Nuruddin Sabah for that wonderful explanation. Let me come back to Sheikh Ramadan Kavagame here with me. Sheikh Sahibu, we are taught that when the Imam is leading Salah, is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, what is the responsibility of the followers when the Imam is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha or even any other portion of the Quran? What is the responsibility of a follower?
You see, when the Imam is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, the responsibility of the muqtadi, the follower, of course followers, is that he should repeat what the Imam is saying in a low tone, as in without being loud.
Okay.
Should be in his heart, he should be reciting that. Because there is this hadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that whoever does not recite Surah Al-Fatiha in Salah, in prayer,
Okay.
his prayer is not valid. You get? So in so doing, if anybody fails to recite Surah Al-Fatiha, his prayer is not valid. He says, قال من صلى صلاة لم يقرأ فيها بأم القرآن فهي خداج.
Okay.
That whoever offers prayer and that prayer he did not recite Surah Al-Fatiha, that prayer is null and void. In another place he said, لا صلاة لمن لم يقرأ بفاتحة الكتاب.
Okay.
There is no prayer for anyone who does not recite Surah Al-Fatiha. So clearly it is stated that when you don't recite Surah Al-Fatiha, then there is no salah for you. Salah is done by Surah Al-Fatiha. You can choose any short verses, any verse after the Surah Al-Fatiha, but primarily Surah Al-Fatiha must be recited. For muqtadi, it should be in a low tone. Okay? Not loudly to disturb the others and even confuse the Imam. You recite it in a low tone in your heart, but make sure that you recite it. Because the moment you don't recite, then there is no salah for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that is how simple I can put it.
So what comes if the Imam is after reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, then is reciting another portion of the Quran? So what can I do? Should I also do the same, reading after him slowly?
After Surah Al-Fatiha, after Surah Al-Fatiha, you've been following the Imam quietly. You get. So after that, when he starts any other portion of the Quran, your duty stops there. You just listen to the qira'at of the Imam.
Okay.
You as a muqtadi, you as a follower, you just listen to the qira'at, the recitation of the Imam. And it is not allowed for anyone to recite any other portion in Salah while the Imam is also reciting another one.
Okay.
Because, you are, going away from, the instruction. Because you have to follow the Imam. The Imam is the leader.
And you must ponder over
the verses that he's reciting. Yes. Because otherwise you lose even the concentration in prayer. Yeah. So you follow what the Imam is reciting. You follow the qira'at. without, you know, putting your mind elsewhere.
But Sheikh Sab, you mentioned that the follower, when the Imam is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, the follower should also do the same, though in a very low tone.
Yeah.
But then, according to the hadith which you've just recited, there is no prayer which is void if that prayer, if the person does not recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Yeah.
But then there's a scenario whereby I find the Imam is in ruku, and I join right there, and I did not recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
That is why I stated that you should not go away from the intention of the Imam. Because the intention of the Imam, the niyyah of the Imam, at this moment, for this one who has joined him in ruku, will be very important. This man will join the intention, the niyyah of the Imam.
Okay.
And when he joins the Imam before he leaves ruku, that rakah is counted for him. That means the intention and the niyyah of the Imam is very, very important.
Okay.
That is why it is not advisable for you to recite any other portion of the Quran while the Imam is, you know, reciting another. You listen to the qira'at of the Imam because his niyyah is paramount, is most important.
So the Surah Al-Fatiha that he recited is counted on you.
Is counted on you.
Suffices.
Yes.
Sheikh Saib, let us also talk about the action of raising finger in the Salah. You see, we have our brothers who, and everyone has different way of doing. Others will just make it pumping like this. Others will remain it standing, and others will be giving it a longer pause. Yeah. So what could be the right action of raising the hand?
I would term it as playing in Salah.
Sure.
Yes, they are joking in Salah and playing. You cannot be doing this. My friend, who is not an Ahmadi, told me that they are actually beating the shaitan.
Oh, by doing so?
Yeah, they are beating the shaitan. Okay? But I fail to understand the rationale here. Because you started performing ablution, preparing your mind, preparing yourself to offer prayer. You started performing ablution, you do not beat the shaitan. You
there he defeated you.
There he defeated you. You entered the mosque with shaitan, you did not beat him. You started the salah, you did not beat the shaitan.
He beat you.
So you are beating the shaitan at the last point of salah, because in At-Tahiyyatu it is almost towards the end of the salah.
Yeah, sure. The last sitting.
So you are telling me that you are beating the shaitan towards the end of the salah. What have you been doing all this time? That is not acceptable.
For sure.
That is, I fail to understand the rationale behind this. But there is a point when...
you can also look at the weakness of a shaitan who is beaten by just a finger.
By just a finger.
Yeah?
Yeah. That tells you that there is something, yes, in what they are trying to do. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ instructed us to, you know, do it. Raise the finger in a kind of showing the oneness of God.
Okay.
Informing the world or signifying that Allah is actually one. That is why we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Like you raise your hand testifying to the unity and the oneness of Allah.
Okay.
And when you reach the point of wa anna Muhammadan, you put it down.
But these people
because Muhammad was
these people will do
prophet.
it immediately when they sit. They will start doing it.
That means they don't know.
So
they
the
don't
right
know the
position, the
import
right place to raise the finger is when you
are doing tashahhud. I mean tashahhud of ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That is when you should raise it. And the moment you enter the point of wa anna Muhammadan, that is when you should put it down. Because Muhammad was a prophet and many prophets came. So there could be other Muhammads apart from the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's why we put it down.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is no any point in dancing and playing in salah that you are raising your hand rapidly. That is what I termed in the beginning, that is playing in salah. We should stop it if anybody is fond of doing so.
Let me go back to Sheikh Nuruddin Sabah. Sheikh Nuruddin Sabba, I'm back to you with yet another question. There is a question of reading or reciting the Holy Quran in Salah when you are directly holding it and reading it from the Holy Quran. And this is mostly done during the month of Ramadan by our Sunni brothers with the intention of completing the 30 juzu of the Holy Quran. There's a time where they don't have a hafiz to do so, and they tell their imam that please you can help us get the Holy Quran and recite the Holy Quran directly so as to complete the entire Holy Quran in the month of Ramadan. So is this right, Sheikh Nuruddin Sabba?
Is it good to recite direct from the Holy Quran before, when you're praying? When someone is praying and he reads direct from the Holy Quran, is it good? Now, this question, it has been witnessed that during the month of Ramadan, mostly some mosques, you'll find the imam reciting direct from the Holy Quran. But these regular prayers, the 5 daily prayers, it is rare to find someone reading from the Holy Quran. Now, the thing is that generally it is not right for an imam to recite the Holy Quran direct when he is performing or he is leading the prayer. It is not good. Now, in fact, Hazrat Abu Hanifa has regarded that prayer to be corrupt, because what will happen when you go to another page and you happen to open 2 pages, what will happen? It means you're going to mislead the people. 2, the morale for people to become hafiz will low down, because people are struggling to see that they become hufaz. Now, if you're reading direct, someone will just say, okay, since there is that room of reading direct, then the morale, of course, will go down. And besides that, Allah has said in the Holy Quran, فَقْرَأُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ, that you can recite what is easy for you. You should not burden yourself reciting what you cannot. When we look into the history of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some companions came complaining that there is a certain companion who used to recite only Kul Huwallahu Ahad. Okay, he used to recite every prayer Kul Huwallahu Ahad after Surah Al-Fatiha. And when they reached the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to ask this man, he said, I love it. That was his answer. He feel okay when he's reciting that one. That's why it is in the line with that verse that fakra'u ma tayassara min al-Quran. You should recite what is easy for you. You should not go and burden yourself to recite what is, will burden you to make. That's why you see that people will have to again have the Holy Quran and recite directly. It will not be a proper thing. So when you're praying, you should recite those verses, those surahs which are easy for you, so that you enjoy your prayer, and also those who are behind you enjoy that prayer. It will be good for you, and it will be good for everyone, not corrupting your prayer, because it will become like a joke. In case of, that's why you see, in case of forgetfulness, some people who are behind, they will have to correct you. Okay, they correct you. That is how the Sunnah has been, and it is continuing until maybe the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. So we shouldn't burden ourselves. Recite what is easy for you. That is what the Holy Quran has told us to do. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Okay, Jazakumullah Sana Jazah, Sheikh Nuruddin Sabba, for that wonderful explanation. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah Ahsana Jazah. Sheikh Ramadan Kawagam.
No.
Yeah, Sheikh Saib has said that this is not actually allowed to recite, to holding the Holy Quran in the hands when you're reciting. And he has given us a very good explanation. But I still wonder, is there any problem really? Because it is the whole Quran which is revealed to the whole Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I really feel that I love it. I can touch it. Though Sheikh Saib has explained, but can you also throw some light?
Yes, you see,
in a second.
It is important to note here that if you make it a rewaj, if you make it a tradition of allowing people to recite while looking at the Quran, then you may find out that you are making a bad precedent.
Okay.
Because time will come and everybody is reciting while looking at the Quran. But the Quran says, فَقْرَأُ مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ.
Just as he has said.
Yeah. You read what is easy for you. Let it be Surah Al-Kawthar, let it be Surah Al-Ikhlas. But that is what you know. It is what is easy for you.
Okay.
Recite that. Allah does not want to put you in any difficulty whatsoever.
Okay.
He wants ease for you.
Allah sanjaza Sheikh Ramadan Kawagambe. That takes us to the end of today's program because of time. This program takes for 30 minutes. And we believe that within that time we exhaust some of the things and we talk about things in details. And we believe that if you've been following the program, you must have learnt a lot of things out of that discussion that comes from these guests that we always have here. Let us meet next time, inshallah. I'm Sawagude Tahir Talha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasul